What's going on, y'all? What's going on, y'all? It is your boy Skywalker the Jedi back at y'all with another one. Much love to everybody out there in the live chat right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you guys for being able to show up and be here early. Man, y'all could be anywhere else in the world right now, but you're here with me rocking out. And I appreciate you wholeheartedly, right? So much love to all y'all. All of Seal Nation, the Cool Table family, the Mikey Verse forever, the Syndicate Network, all one umbrella, all one community, all one family. Man, you guys are amazing. Amazing. Shouts out to all you guys out there and get caught up with the chat real quick before we get through the early, intro statements, and then we're gonna start cooking. And it ain't even just me in the house tonight. So we're gonna be cooking up. We're gonna be cooking up. Much love to all y'all. We got the homie Charles Austin in the building. What's going on, Charles Austin? We got Qatar in the building. We got Brogu, Sin Havoc, right? Oh my goodness. Much love, all y'all. Bad Dan's in the building. What's going on, Bad Dan? Man, matter of fact, man, shouts out to Bad Dan. He dropped this video recently of covering the DCEU making its way over to Netflix. Very thorough video, Bad Dan. Thanks for the shout out, bro. It was great. I actually had a great time watching it, man. It was like I was like, yo, this is Bad Dan covering something that I'm involved with. It's so dope. So y'all make sure y'all get on over to Bad Dan's Thoughts channel and check out that DCEU on Netflix movie. I mean, that video. It was super good and thorough, right? We got the Creed in the building. Much love to the Creed. Always a pleasure to have you here. We got CY98. Oh my goodness, I ain't saying CY in so long. What's going on, CY? I see this earlier start time is helping a couple of y'all out. Much love, Mama Bear. Mama Bear, thank you so much for being here this evening. Much appreciated. We got DC Talk in the building. What's going on, DC Talk? South Cali guy, right? I see y'all excited that the actor strike has tentatively come to an end, right? But we're going to see what's up, right? We're going to see what's up. Well, we got Mr. J in the building. Much love, Mr. J. All right, yes. Frank C. Hope you guys are all having a great day or had a great day, and we about to rock out into this evening, right? We got the homie, the good Austin said he eating dinner. Much love, everybody. Yes, sales ZSJL. All right, yeah. They about to know what it mean, yo. They said they didn't know what it meant before, but they about to know what it mean now. You know what I'm saying? We all about to know what it means. We're all about to come to a great understanding about what hashtag sale ZSJL and Netflix means and what it stands for and what it has always stood for, right? And what it will continue to stand for, right? And that's kind of what we here talking about tonight. So much love, man. Much love for all you guys pouring in here. Let's get through these opening statements, and I can bring this first special guest up here. But as y'all know, we're on the road to 1K, right? Trying to hit that 1,000 mark by the end of 2023, right? We just over 700 subs right now. Make sure you guys like the content, share it out, subscribe, all that great stuff that you guys have been doing a great job at so far. And we just want to continue to make sure that we're able to get this message out and really increase our bandwidth, right, of this whole hashtag sale movement and let everyone know just about what's going on, right? And hopefully we can do that before all these things that we've been fighting for comes to fruition. And that'll be super, super dope if we're able to do that. So much love to all you guys that have been rocking out so far, and shouts out to everybody that is going to be rocking out with us from now into the future. And even shouts out to those that came back, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, shouts out to y'all, man. I'm glad everybody is starting to be able to see the vision, you know what I'm saying? And we're able to come to this greater level of understanding together. Right? 100%. So if you didn't know, now you do. These hashtags right here is why we are here. It is why we are fighting so hard. We're trying to get a conclusion to Zack Snyder's DC arc over on the Netflix platform. It is a win-win-win for all parties involved, that being WBD, Netflix, and the fan base. It allows DC to really continue to do what they're doing over on the DC studio side, right? While we can all get a conclusion to the story that we have been so enamored with for the this past decade, right? I mean, Man of Steel came out in 2013, so it's literally like we've been on this journey with these characters for 10 years, and we're just trying to facilitate a conclusion to this thing over on Netflix, right? So I think it's a win for all parties. If you do choose to rock out with the hashtags in our campaign, we ask that you follow the rules of engagement, which are as follows. Rule number one, we only ask that you be positive as we're engaging with the current home of Zack Snyder, right? So that should be point enough to where we should be being positive, right? Because they're investing in him, which means they're investing in us as fans of his. Rule number two, we ask that you guys don't mix the hashtags, right? This has been a doozy, ever since this thing kind of came into fruition. But, we are trying to keep the message as focused and effective as possible. We feel that these two, or no, we don't even feel, we know that these two hashtags are the best ways to show that demand for these films, for Zack's world that he started. And we will continue to ask that you guys only use those two hashtags when using these. And rule number three, we ask that you guys don't tag, mention, quote, tweet, reply to, or anything like that. Anybody over at WBD, which is including but not limited to James Gunn. We are trying to keep our engagement focused and effective, right? Solely on Netflix, right? And we've been doing a great job of doing that so far. And I know that is why we are finding ourselves in the state that we're in right now, right? Because we've been doing these things and having these systems in place. So we also ask that you guys subscribe to ZSJL to Netflix on YouTube, and also follow ZSJL to Netflix on Twitter, right? And let me reiterate this as well. Like, when you guys make super chats, I tally those up, right, at the end of each stream. And that person, whoever that may be, sponsors the following stream. So the sponsor of this stream is Mr. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? So shouts out to all you guys that have been supporting the platform. And I want to make sure that I am giving back to you guys in a great way, and just showing that I value what you guys do as well. So shouts out to all you guys that have been supporting the platform and that are going to continue to be doing so into the future. So let me get caught up with the chat, and then we're gonna hit the commercial break, and then we're gonna be right back, man, and we're gonna start cooking up. We're gonna start cooking up, right? Much love to everybody. Mr. J said Cell was always the only choice, right? It's like that meme with the two astronauts, and it's like the dude figured out like Cell was the only choice, and you got the one behind him like it always was. Yo, that's crazy. Crazy, bro. Right? We got Nekron saying Skywalker, wrestling, and Spurs. Lots of screens going on here. Hey, look. And we got Mr. Nobody, the sponsor of tonight's stream, in the chat tonight. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Yeah, right. DC Talk says Sky. Did you see the teaser of Blood of Zeus season 2? Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I can't wait. I cannot wait. If y'all think cartoons and cereal gonna stop after we get this thing done in fruition, you got something else coming. I mean, we're gonna be doing cartoons and cereal. Look, because Netflix, if they do this for us, man, this is the least that I can do, because this will be a Herculean effort on all fronts, from like the fan base to Netflix actually being able to get this done. So I will continue to make sure that I'm showing them love into the future and way beyond, if they're able to actually do this for our fan base. That'll be the biggest thing ever, and it'll be the least that I can do. Cool One Only says, ready for the new Rebel Moon trailer. Absolutely. And we're going to be doing a live reaction to that on this platform Sunday. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. He said, "Don't be confused on your choices. Sell is the only choice." Man, look, let me get out of here, yo. Let me hit a commercial break, and then we'll be right back with the first guest, and we're gonna start this conversation up.
Steppenwolf, have you begun the conquest?
Leon, Leon. What's going on, bro? How are you doing, man? I'm so glad that you're here today, man, to have this conversation, right? This is about to be something special. I want to thank you for being on the platform once again, sir. Go ahead and let the people know how you feeling this evening, bro.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. You can hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Word. Yo, it's good to be back, man. Like old times. Good to be back. I'm feeling good, man. Doing well as usual. And here to cook, man. Got my chef's hat on. Got the apron. Got the seasoning. What's on the menu?
Right, because Leon don't even know what we about to talk about for real. I mean, he kind of knows the topic, you know what I'm saying, but he don't even know what I'm about to say for real. So that's what's so great about this conversation that we're about to have. We're about to come to a greater level of understanding once again, right? All together, right?
Mm-hmm. It's a mystery item on the menu, you know.
Right. Hey, absolutely. Now, before we get cooking, we got the homie Mr. Nobody hitting us off with a $10 super chat. Oh my God. Said, yo, thanks for the shout out, and everybody support Skywalker's channel for really pushing the envelope. 100. Hey man, shouts out to Mr. Nobody, man. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. That's all we're trying to do is push the envelope over here, bro. We trying to push things forward and really be focused and effective. Leon here has been like a tremendous help in that aspect, and it's really been a group effort on all parties involved, yo, from not only just us, but the entire community and the entire fan base as well. Wouldn't you say so, Leon?
Oh, 100%, man. We can't do any of this without all of y'all, you know. We're only human, so it takes all hands on deck, man. You know what I mean? All hands, baby, all hands.
All hands. Shout out to Mr. Nobody for the $10 super chat. Let me hit you off with this drop, man. This is my favorite drop, y'all. I'm sorry. Like, I just can't. I know they probably mad at me, Leon, because I just keep playing the same one. But I really don't care, though, bro.
Hey, it's your show, bro.
Let's get it.
Real quick, Zach.
Shout out.
Last question is, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
Bruh, it's the glasses and the music, bro. That's what it is, bro. That's why it's my favorite. I just love me some San Andreas, and the whole glasses thing kills me, bro.
Yeah, it went West Coast on it. You know what I'm saying? With the with the music and everything. Yeah, man. I like how Zach put that, man. I like how he's like, you know, he's promoting free think, man. He's like, regardless of what the fans think, or regardless of what I think, the fans have other ideas and they always seem to win. Ain't that some shit? Like, he's promoting free thinking. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yo, bruh, this dude, he done hit off with another $5 super chat. It said DJ drop that shit. Yo, this is the fans, yo. This is the fans. I have to do this. I have to do this. It has been requested, so we're gonna run it back.
Real quick, Zach.
Shout out.
Last question is, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing, and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas, and they seem to win.
This is crazy, bro. You guys are insane, man. You guys are insane. Oh man, this is so dope, man. I love this community. I love you guys, man. Shouts out to y'all, and it's really all of you guys that really are the thing that's keeping us going, 100%. Now, the topic of the evening, right, is why hashtag sells ZSJL to Netflix continues while others falter, right? Now, before I get into the main kind of course, right, I do want to just say, in a general sense, Leon, right, and as we've seen from this entire process, as we've, literally been like in the middle of it, watching it play out, experiencing it, right? There's been a lot of stages that this thing has went in, right? Whereas at first, when the idea was put out there, we were mocked and everything like that, ridiculed, right? Thrown obstacles at, right? But the longer that we continued on, we saw that this idea was not only viable, but that it was probably going to be able to come to fruition. And we're at a space now where we're really on the cusp of getting an announcement. I believe if we're able to really make Rebel Moon the smash hit that I know that it can be, the possibilities are truly endless. But since this whole sale movement has kind of come up, there's been like a weird kind of transitionary period too, right? Where we've seen a lot of the outlets, right? And the people that was very prominent in the Zack Snyder fan base, we've seen them kind of, really like slow down a lot of their support for Zack and his stuff, right? Just in a general overall sense. That was even leading up to Full Circle, right? Then when Full Circle was announced, of course, there was a little bit of a bump in the coverage, but post Full Circle, it's really been quiet. It's been very quiet from a lot of these outlets, right? And now we're in a space where we're on the cusp of Rebel Moon coming out. And Leon, outside of us, I mean, have you seen like a lot of these outlets, right, covering Rebel Moon or any Zack news in the manner in which they were doing so kind of before the Snyder Cut came out? Have you seen that, sir?
Now, when you say outlets, you're speaking of like the mainstream, or are we talking like?
Oh no, I'm talking
the
about
fandom.
No, the fandom content creators that was out.
Okay, cool.
Zack all the way up until this point.
Because I didn't want to jump the gun in thought, because that's exactly where my mind was going. Like, okay, I hope he's talking about that, because no, I have not, and I've been quite surprised. I've even heard some criticisms from some of these outlets. Criticism over pretty much no information. We don't really know much.
And then after they say their criticism, they go crickets. So to answer your question, no, I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, it's been very crazy to say the least, right? And especially with this movie being so important, right? I mean, we could truly see a conclusion to this stuff, right? And it's right there. The finish line is right there, and we can see it, right? But yet it seems like there doesn't seem to be much fervor there to really galvanize the fan base to make Rebel Moon a bigger hit, right? When that just seems very odd to me, seeing just how much of or no, seeing what's really at stake and knowing what's at stake. And it's like now it just seems like a very odd time to um, turn down the coverage of Zach stuff. Does that make sense to you?
100% it does. If anything, especially, hell, we can even take it back to, post the release of the Snyder Cut. After that, I would think that the floodgates would be open for the fandom to, be so galvanized that everything that Zach does, you just kind of go forth with flaming sword in hand, ready to represent. You know what I mean? Like the Snyder Cut was released, and then fast forward to the present, Rebel Moon. I'm not saying it should be the same amount of fervor across all media platforms, but the fandom, 100%. Because the only thing we're missing is the bigger, badder mainstream coverage when it comes to Rebel Moon, because it doesn't have superheroes attached to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's a sci-fi film.
No, obviously. Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So you're not gonna get that same like ridiculous media coverage that you would a Cape film. Even something like a Blue Beetle got a silly amount of media coverage, and that character is like that character is this Blue Beetle. No matter what you think about the film or anybody involved, But to add to your point and to mine is simply put, the fandom itself, in my opinion, post Snyder Cut even should be galvanized to whatever Zach does. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. When we were on stream the other day with Sil and we were speaking to how we all know that we kind of personally didn't do enough for Army of the Dead. But one would think that we would all kind of come to a understanding that we kind of dropped the ball on that front, right? And that knowing just what is at stake with Rebel Moon. And I mean, look, I don't care what people say. You can see that Netflix is trying to give us an alley-oop, right? I mean, they just acquired pretty much the entirety of the DCEU, right? Right after this whole sale thing has been announced, right? And it's dropping the month of Rebel Moon. So I don't think that that's by accident, right? I think that they're trying to give us an alley-oop. And so it's just a little odd to me that you don't see some of the larger outlets in our fandom, right, kind of covering Rebel Moon with everything that they have, because there's literally the rest of the Snyderverse at stake here.
Yeah, absolutely. You can hear me clearly, or I had to switch headphones.
Oh yeah. I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, man. Like, semantics aside, ransom notes aside of exactly what films are there and what presentation there. You know what I mean? Is it the director's cut of this and that? Listen, you have to understand that, like, both parties that are involved, Warner Brothers, Netflix, and whoever else they're dealing with, there's going to be like holdbacks because they're trying to see numbers. You know what I mean? Like Warner Brothers is going to help themselves by selling off, licensing, however you want to phrase it, these different franchises to, let's say, a Netflix, and they're gonna hold back a little because they're gonna hold the trump cards in hand. The trump cards being the director's cut of this, the director's cut of that. Specifically, let's say ZSJL, right? Um, so with that being said, Netflix is also thinking probably on a genius marketing level of like, we got Zach, we got his movie coming out. Well, let's sweeten the deal with this Rebel Moon thing, and let's take advantage of the potential for a streaming boost by having their fan base, jump all over Netflix while Rebel Moon is released uh, during the month of December. Like, that's a great idea to me. You don't pass up that opportunity.
Fantastic idea.
So yeah, I definitely agree. And it's interesting because, like, like you're alluding to, like you're saying, the fan base is kind of like crickets on all that shit. I wouldn't be surprised if there is any coverage of any of this. It's nitpicking, semantics, and ransom notes. You know what I mean? Now, to be fair, real quick, to be fair, I have not seen much of anything, so I don't want to be presumptuous and just act like I know some shit. But let's look at the history. I'm probably not wrong.
Yeah, no, I definitely saw some of that. There was definitely a lot of emotions about the theatrical cut of Batman vs Superman, and also the fact that they had the theatrical version of Justice League, as we so affectionately call it, Justice League, right? But in that same vein, they were always going to have to acquire the entirety of the DCEU before, these things were going to come to fruition, right? And then, at the same time, yes, they're not only just dipping their toe in the water, like they're starting to put their whole foot in, right? They're putting their foot in, but they ain't got their foot in enough to where they can't pull it out, right? If they don't see what they need to see. When you say that, that's kind of the case, Leon?
Yeah, and also just to add, like, this semantical, okay, Justice League is one thing, and I respect Sky's stance on, making it a, like, viewing it and making it a Mystery Science Theater situation where, everybody stop the trauma bullshit, and let's just look at it for what it is and talk shit. I can understand people having an issue with Justice League, whatever. But BVS, bro, to me, I liken it to The Godfather 3. Everybody and their mother used to talk shit about Godfather 3, and they still might. Oh, it's so terrible. It's the worst. Blah, blah. I'm like, and this is before I actually saw it. I had seen Godfather 1 and 2 a bunch of times in the past, and then, like, I bought one of the box sets, you know what I mean, with the trilogy, and I wasn't necessarily avoiding it. It was just like the two that were always on TV were the first two, and then when I finally saw, you know what I mean, then when I finally saw the third one, I was like, the fuck is everybody talking about? This movie's amazing. Is it worse than the other two? Yeah, but it's still better than 99% of films that are released every year in any decade and in any era. Like, stop the bullshit. It's The Godfather 3, directed by fucking Francis Ford Coppola. Are you nuts? Are we doing this? Are y'all really doing this? Y'all really gonna keep this lie up? The Godfather. I liken it to that. BVS reminds me of that energy. Where, oh, it sucks. It ain't that bad, bro. We know Warner Brothers meddled, and we know they had Zach do a couple things. And I ain't sticking up for Warner Brothers at all. But, like, BVS was dope. I own the Ultimate Edition because the theatrical version was dope. I didn't walk out of the theaters going, oh my God, I can't wait till they have a director's cut. We had no idea. And then when they dropped the information about the Ultimate Edition, I was like, oh shit, there's more? So they can miss me with that bullshit. BVS is better than
Wait,
99% of most comic book movies.
yeah,
So
wait. They did announce that there was an ultimate version coming out before the movie came out. That was so strange, bro.
oh
That
yeah,
was.
see, my mind always forgets that because
Oh yeah,
I
because you
saw it
saw it.
before.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, I did that during that
I
fan
did
event,
forget.
so I always forget that. I'm glad you said that because as I was saying, I was like, I think I might be wrong, but
Yeah,
yeah, that's
no,
why I'm wrong
I
because I
be
saw the fan
forgetting
event.
because you saw it way before. Okay, yeah,
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 yeah, I saw it
yeah. All right.
before it was released in theaters, like even before the freaking, the early showings. I saw it early. You know what I mean? So I always forget that. But
That's
yeah, you're right.
your screenings is probably why they was like, "Yo, we need to put that 30 minutes out." Like, you know what I'm saying? We like,
Facts.
because there was some people probably in there confused, like, "Oh, what's going on?" And they was like, no, we ain't. It's coming, y'all." And they was like, "Yo,
Right.
we might have fucked up." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it was like, "Yo, we probably should have left that 30 minutes in there." Zach was right.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know, shouts out to the homie Bad Dan with the $5 super chat. He says, if you watch my video, I list why it's beneficial to have some of these loser projects. Why is it beneficial? Watch to find out. Hey, Bad Dan been killing it with the plugs during the super chats. I love it. I love it. Bad Dan's a friend of the channel, so we gonna let him get that off. You know what I'm saying? For show. Uh, y'all know what I'm about to play, so I ain't even about to intro it.
Good stuff. Real quick, Zach. Shout out. Last question is, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
That gets me every time. Look, hey, shouts out to all y'all showing support, man. I see we got Trey and Corey of the Bad Channel in the building. Shouts out to them. We got Josh Herrera in the chat. What's going on, Josh? Much love to all y'all, man. That's super dope that you guys are in here and rocking out. But man, so the idea for this stream kind of got sparked the other night, and let me say this disclaimer, right? I'm only highlighting this person because it actually came up on the stream the other night, and it kind of gave me the idea for this whole thing. But I do want to kind of highlight that. The other night we all saw Peely was on here. We was live and Peely was talking his talk, right? And he said something that really sparked the idea for this stream. When he was like, "Yo, like, where's Film God, man? Like, what's Film God been doing?" Because he's like, "Yo, all this Zack stuff is going on. Like, where's all the old crew, right?" And I was like, "Man, that's a good idea, or that's a good question, rather, right?" So I went and I tried to find out, and I did, right? And I think that this whole thing is just kind of like a dichotomy of what has happened, I think, since this whole thing has taken place, right? I mean, as I stated before, it was like, or not even, pre full circle. Leon highlighted it. He goes, "Yo, this has really been since the Snyder cut." It was really like low key after it got announced, right? I mean, we can even go back to that day, right? How when I was speaking with Peely and with other people like Zod Ryder and stuff like that, and we hear all these stories about kind of like what happened as soon as the cut got announced, right? And then in the wake of the film being released, right, it was definitely like, a huge drop off in the amount of support from like some of these outlets. And now we're in a space where I'm literally seeing that people have like gotten out of the space because because they didn't enjoy the space anymore that they were creating content in, which to me seemed to be literally like the Zack Snyder fan base, right? Like that's the space that we were all operating in, right? And now we're on the cusp of Rebel Moon being released, right? Which, as I've stated, is the most important film, maybe even like, I mean, what, like outside of us getting the Snyder cut and making that a success. I mean, has there been any other film that has been released throughout this time period that has meant more to this fan base than Rebel Moon is about to mean? I don't think so, right? So I think that at a time like this, it should really be like an all hands on deck type of situation. Your feelings for Cell aside, right? Like Cell has nothing to do with like everybody's individual feelings about Zack Snyder and his film, right? I mean, you're seeing outlets that have been big in this thing saying now that they didn't even enjoy that they didn't even really enjoy Zack's movies outside of DC like that, right? You're seeing that in this space, you have people that were really, really big in it that are literally bowing out of this space at this point. So hashtag sales ZSJL, and I've stated this many, many times. This is the last real pocket of the Zack Snyder fan base, in my belief, right? I mean, I don't think that there is any other pocket of the fan base that has shown, or just Seal Nation in general. Like, damn, you're filled with Seal. You know what I'm saying? It's like just this group that we kind of cultivated here. This is like the last kind of vestiges of the real Zack Snyder fan base, in my belief, right? I think a lot of this stuff was about content. I think a lot of it was about influence, and it could have even been about some other stuff, but I ain't gonna really get into that. I'm just trying to highlight here that us as a fan base, we have evolved. A lot of you guys was here during release the Snyder Cut. That kind of evolved into Restore the Snyderverse, for which a lot of you guys were here the entire time. And now that has evolved into this, which is still VSJL to Netflix. And right, a lot of you guys have just been here from the beginning. And so I really think that it's important to kind of highlight what's really been going on. And to help me do that, we got another special guest here. We got the homie, the good Austin. What's going on, Austin? How you feeling, bro? Thanks for popping up on the platform. And what you got to say, homie? How you feeling about this topic?
Bro, thanks for having me on, man. And appreciate everyone being here in the chat, obviously. Coming out the speed force on this one to talk about, why we continue to be here while others falter. I do want to hear, more about this topic as well, like what you have to say. Obviously, what you have to drop some of what you found on us, because that's a little bit busy. But yeah, man, it's just like the thing is, the ROEs at the beginning were the reason why this was different to begin with, right? Why this was going to be a different campaign, and that's why I got behind it to begin with, and like put all this time and energy in it, because I didn't want to be a part of something that wasn't going to be positive. Like, I really hate wasting my time with stuff that's negative, and it feels like a waste of time to me. So with what we've done all year, what you've continued to do, and everyone in the chat also, I should say, that goes without. Don't let me have it go without saying, everyone in the chat, everyone who's like constantly making like pictures and graphics and all different kinds of videos and whatever you make towards these campaigns and like towards the hashtag, and like keeping it in people's eyes and just keeping it going. And then obviously when we directly engage with these events on Netflix, man, they know what we're doing, what we're watching, what we do, what we want. and there's a reason why this happened, dude. How long did it take to get the Snyder cut again? Just asking. And after we followed like the like learned from the
It
past,
took us what?
it took us not even a year, dude.
4 years? 4 years?
4 years for the fucking release of Snyder Cut, but to get DC on Netflix, not that long. And obviously, it's not, the goal isn't accomplished yet, but like the first domino for sure has fallen, and it makes a lot of sense. It's obvious to me, someone who's like been intelligent and intelligently watching all this stuff. I shouldn't say been intelligent, because obviously I'm not the smartest guy in the room, or in the smartest guy in the world, but like I know by listening to Peely like what we had to not do, and like all the mistakes that were made in the past. Like, damn, we really could have gotten it sooner. Like, what, when he said that as soon as he said it to us and like said it on a stream, I'm like, no way, dude. We really could have gotten it. He said it like so matter of factly, like, yeah. The people, the very people that are put up on pedestals in this fandom and like praised and stuff, and have a lot, or I shouldn't say a lot, but a big following. Those same people are the very reason why it took so long to get the Snyder cut, you know? And the fact that this campaign has been run so differently, run efficiently, effectively, by people who like aren't in those same camps, aren't out for those same things. That's why it's been so effective and it hasn't taken so long. So to me, it makes a lot of sense. It's like, yep, like stayed the course. This is the way. It always has been the way. Even if you like go on and like take a break, like for me, everyone knows like I've been heavy into sports, but you know, still making the streams for Cartoon and Serial, you know, still making the graphics for Cartoon and Serial, like still doing everything I possibly can for this campaign while I'm doing my own thing. And I feel like everyone else is doing the same thing too, who's a creator and like puts in for this, because we all want to see this, dude. We want to see the conclusion of the story. So the fact that we got this there, it's like, okay, the cards are on the table. To me, like this, what it feels like from Netflix. Like, yo, do you really want it? Enough of the old numbers, what we've seen before, because obviously, you know, the right decisions weren't made off of those numbers. Like, here's the numbers now, and Netflix will be able to see them directly when we directly engage with these movies when they finally get there. And I absolutely believe that they'll have the extended version of BVS on there, and then Zack Snyder's Justice League, because they'll have a Snyder hub, dude. There's no coincidence either that this is getting released at the beginning of December. Like the first 4 movies that are promoted are obviously Man of Steel, BVS, Justice League, and then Wonder Woman. That's like their first 4 that they had, I believe, from when I remember what their ad that they put out. And it just goes, it's directed by Zack Snyder, directed by Zack Snyder, directed by Zack Snyder, executive produced, which should have been co-directed, Wonder Woman by Zack Snyder. So like all their top 4 that they're really like advertising were all Zack Snyder movies. So I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Snyder hub, and if we make enough noise, like what we can get on there, like the Air cut and the Emerald cut, like to begin with, not even to mention
Right.
like afterwards. And shout out to the actors strike is over apparently, bro. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I did. And I was also about to say, shout out to Wayne T. Carr, who
Wayne T.
I asked
Carr,
him.
right?
I was like, yo, we need that Emerald cut, bro. He was like, hey, that would be nice, right? I was like, hey, we gonna get it, bro.
We gonna get it.
I said, hey, I told him that to his face. Like, we gonna get that cut, bro.
We gonna get it.
100%.
It's right. All money, dude. It's a reason why it's called the Emerald Cut too, you know?
Right. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's why I think we stayed the course because of everyone in this, but mostly because you directing the path and telling us, you know, like, yo, this is what we're gonna do, but also taking taking advice and taking criticisms and either all right, I hear you, I feel you, or it's like, nah, dude, I'm still gonna do it. It's like, all right, word. Like either way, that's what a good leader does. Like takes advice and either changes their opinion or all right, I feel where you're coming from, and I'm still doing what I'm doing. So that's what it is, and I hate when other people try and take any sort of credit for this too. Like, if there's any credit to be given, it's to Sky, it's to Leon, it's to Nekron, it's to everybody in this thing who's done it. Obviously, you are first and foremost. Like, what do we have the picture from? I still have it saved in my own like gallery, and I always see it. The first one, dude. Is it? Do you still have it on
The
here?
Wayne T. Carr picture? No, it's not on this one.
No,
I don't
dude.
think.
Oh, it was you in front of Stone Quarry, dude. That picture
Oh,
is like
I
really
thought you were talking about that picture that
started it
Wayne T.
all.
Carr dropped. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't have that one up here either.
Damn,
I
dude.
should.
Yeah, but that's really like what started it all. I think for this movie and really gained the traction
I
for
got this one
everything.
in.
Yeah. The means of the
Hey.
minds, bro. Still waiting
All
for that
right.
album to drop, homie.
You know
But
what I'm saying?
that's what I mean. And like obviously the turning the tide around the cell movement, and that's when it's so funny because if anything was to fail or falter at that time for anybody who believed or didn't believe, right? If you need to see Santa Claus, there it was, right there in front of your face. I'm gonna click on it real quick. This, boom. Like if you need to see Santa Claus, there it was. With him signing the poster, him saying that, and him also responding to you in Sill's interview, that live interview. Like, if you needed any more reason to believe this or to cheer it on for the hope and the finality of a story to see the end of it, and you can see in Zack Snyder's answer, regardless of what you think about if Skywalker deserved the question or not, regardless, okay, when you hear this statement I'm about to say, take that away from your heart and your soul of hatred and just listen to this, all right? Zack Snyder answered that question wholeheartedly, and he said, "We put no small amount of work in this world and in this mythology, and if you want to go deep on it, you really can." And these guys that they've made this world with, he loves working with them, and he loved doing that, and obviously, yes, he would love to do more of that by any means in whatever medium in the future. So like he is literally like, yes, this is a love child of mine. I would love to continue to make this. I love these guys. And if you've never been a part of a team, an actual team, blood, sweat, and tears, putting hard work, physical work like they do in these movies, with Zach like constantly being on the shoot and being in the ground with the camera, holding the camera, running up and down a hill like we're hearing about him doing in like Rebel Moon and shit. Like, if you've never done that, if you've never been a part of those teams and never had that camaraderie, you never know what that would really feel like we do, being a part of teams in our life and being a part of hardworking, alliances in our life with jobs and whatever you got to do. Like, if you've never been a part of that, you would never understand. So that's why when you hear that answer, it's so genuine from him. He's like, yes, I would love to do this again, and I would love to continue this. And
I
so
think
when
he was glad somebody asked him too,
right,
because nobody had asked him about whether or not he wanted
nobody.
to come back. Nobody had
Why?
asked him.
Why is that too?
I don't know, bro.
It's almost like
I
everyone
think
that's
it may have. I think it may have to do with the fact that we kept hearing that Full Circle was going to be like Zach's swan song for for
exactly.
DC, and that's not what ended up being the case, really.
Exactly.
Right?
And that's what I was about to say. It's like everyone that had some like prior affiliation with whoever and whatever, they didn't ask the question because they were scared to, lose their access or something. I don't know. Very, very weird, very strange.
They was like, you better not ask them about sale. You better not ask that man about sale. Like, you
Right.
ask him about sale, you're done.
It's almost like they didn't pay their way to get in there, and they're scared of losing their access for the weekend. You know what I mean? That's
It
just
was like a
me.
really crazy. It was like a really crazy situation, just in general, right? And then you know, but with that time being so kind of weird around then, and then now we have a situation where, as I stated, it's like, yo, you got the people that was like, you know, very prominent in the Zack Snyder campaigns and the fan base and on YouTube and all that stuff, like literally saying that they're bowing out of the space at a time when Rebel Moon is about to come out. I think that's where things just look and feel a little bit odd. And this is just coming from like a fellow fan, right? I mean, I used to engage with all these guys' content, and it's just been a bit weird to see the coverage kind of fade away so much. Wouldn't you say so, Leon?
Oh, my apologies. I wasn't too prepared, but yes, to answer your question, I didn't hear the entire thing, but I heard what I just got back. Yeah, it's incredibly freaking ridiculous. It's like, and just kind of alarming. It kind of makes you wonder because, as we know, sorry for the noise in the background, by the way, but as we know, like specifically Sky and the rest of the team, the rest of us, we kind of dug up the bones of certain individuals, certain entities within the fandom to find out that they aren't like fans like that, like true blue, wake up in the morning, geek out on some fan shit. No, they're like true blue, wake up in the morning, possibly paid, possibly influenced by entities, right?
Yeah, dude.
To kind of be within fandoms, right? So it kind of makes me wonder, like these people who like chose to bow out during a time where you should really be like incredibly hyped. It's like, think about it. You're a fan of Beyonce. I always say this. You're in the Bayhive, right? Or the Beehive, whatever they call themselves, right? And you are one of the most prominent members of the Beehive, right? You've uncovered information, all this stuff. Then all of a sudden, one of her albums that's supposed to come out is like one of her big albums before she like retires. She's got like maybe 2 or 3 albums that she's announced before she retires. And all of a sudden, this prominent member is like, I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna bow out. It just makes you wonder, like, what? And then you find out this person before, you know, may or may not have been a plant of some sort, and you just kind of let it slide. You're like, whatever. They're useful. They're a useful tool within the beehive. So I'm not gonna call this person out too many times. We all know what's up, right? And then they bow out. Oh, I just want to bow out. Like, why? What? What is? I'm confused. I'm confused. Beyonce is retiring.
Somebody
Anyway,
can come up in their place.
yeah, and that's even a thing too. Who knows, right? But it just makes you wonder, as a Zack Snyder fan, like this is possibly his biggest film ever, outside of a not even possibly. It is his biggest film ever outside of Cape shit.
Yeah.
Literally, it's his biggest movie yet. It's his own personal created thing. Similar to like what he was trying to do with Sucker Punch, right? It's his own personal creative thing in his wheelhouse of fantasy, sci-fi, and grit, all rolled into one. And you're just gonna bow out. Like, I'm very confused, to say the least.
Yeah, where are you at?
Yeah, like, and
Right.
then in the case of the individual that I was speaking about earlier, like bow out. You say you don't want to create content in this space anymore. And then you create a new channel, and I go check out the new channel, and then you do one live stream, and the first live stream that you do, you're speaking about all the other content creators that talked about the same thing that you said you didn't want to cover anymore. And I'm just like, hold on, like what's going on here? Right? Like why is it that
Wait, what?
yes, you heard me correct. Right?
Oh wow.
So it's like, okay, but yet the talk about, Rebel Moon and stuff, like, not there. Right. But I thought that we were all in this as Zack Snyder fans and of that ilk. But that just doesn't really seem to be the case, man. It's a very odd time, but I want to reassure the people, and that's what I'm here to do tonight. That if you are supporting hashtag sales ZSJL to Netflix, hashtag sales Snyderverse to Netflix, you are in fact supporting like the real, or at least what I can tell is the last real bastion of Zack Snyder fans out there, yo.
I was just thinking the last real vestiges of this fandom. 1,000, bro.
Yeah.
1,000.
Yeah, cause I'm confused. I'm like, yo, you're bowing out of the space, which is like in and of itself, like, what space are we in? We're in the Zack Snyder fan base, we're in that space, creating content of that certain ilk and of that section, right? And then you say, hey, I'm going to create a new channel, and then it's like, hey, this is like, nah, we're here at a space where now we're just covering the same content creators, like Sil Abdul and stuff like that. And I'm like, wait, why are we bringing up Sil if we're not, you know what I'm saying? And then going through their view count, right? And what they've been doing. It's like, bro, what have you been doing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why are you going through people's view counts? What have you been doing?
Right.
I was like, I'm confused right now, bro. I'm confused. It's just like, yo, I just want to get to our destination, right? And along the way, we have to really highlight the battles that this campaign has been facing. What were you gonna say, Austin?
No, I was just agreeing with you, man. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like it's an oxymoron, dude. That's what it is. Your existence is an oxymoron, and emphasis on the moron, because it makes no sense. Like, if you don't know what oxymoron is, it's like big shrimp. All right, like that's what you're doing. You're literally you're saying one thing but doing the exact opposite. So yeah, I didn't see the channel, but now I kind of want to go back. So I wish I had more roasting points and I had more fever for this fire, but I don't. So but yeah, for everything that this movie is, this is probably gonna be like I believe someone said up there, I forgot who it was, probably Havoc or somebody, but it's gonna be his magnum opus, or maybe that was Money Train who said that, and which I wouldn't be surprised. Like the thing that does suck, I will say, as an outsider, I'm always gonna get it from my own friends just because of how hard I went when I was younger for Snyder. Like in 2017, when this movie came out, how angry I was about everything, and like I didn't have an outlet and didn't know where to go, like didn't have a channel. So my friends got to bear a lot of like my talking points and a lot of my rants.
Oh yeah, I was just talking to the homie about that the other day. I was like, bro, y'all had to listen to me put up with it. I mean, had to listen to me go off about the Snyder Cut for years,
all the time.
You know what I'm saying?
So for them, like the Zack Snyder's a little tainted by me, which that's on me. Which I take full advantage of that. So whenever I talk to my boys, I have to advertise Zack Snyder at the very like last step. You know what I'm saying? Like, so today I advertised to my boy Rebel Moon and like didn't mention Zack Snyder at all. I watched him. He pulled himself. All right, man, cool. I'll check this out. Like, pulls the trailer up and doesn't see anything about Zack Snyder. And he's like, oh, this is pretty cool. This looks sick. He's like, what the fuck is that? And I told him that the story was like a former, it was going to be a Star Wars story, but they didn't buy it up. So Netflix did. I told him all that. He's like, oh, this is pretty cool. He's like, oh, I see the lightsabers now, but they're not lightsabers. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And he's like, and then he goes, by Zack Snyder. And he's like, oh, I see why you like. I'm like, dude, why are you still like that, dude? Like, why are you still? People just hate, bro. People just like they don't want to be like nice about it. And also we're so that's part of it. He said this afterwards. He's like, I hope you understand it's not you. It's just that we're so excited that we love Zack Snyder so much that people don't like that. And that's what gets people mad. And then if we're having such a good time without you, right? Oh, I don't want to talk about Zack Snyder. I don't want to talk about the Cell campaign, blah, blah, blah. But then you see all of us having a great time together. You're like, I gotta talk about these guys again. Like, I gotta talk about this community again. They can't be having fun. Like, no one should be having fun. There's no way. They have no hope. They have no chance. Blah, 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 blah. They're having a good time and they're enjoying themselves. Like, that's the bane of our existence, really, is those type of people. But I think that's where it stems from, dude. Is like they're not with us. But that's the funny thing about that is, they could be with us. Like we don't hold no grudge against anybody or anything. Well, maybe some people, but the really, like, we would love more people to just, check this stuff out. If you've never watched Man of Steel before, like, come to a watch along. If you've never seen Batman vs Superman before, like, come to a watch along. If you've never seen Justice League, like, come to the watch along and let us watch us roast that. You'll have a good ass time. And we'll tell you everything that Joss Whedon did that you might have thought.
I cannot wait to roast that movie, yo.
You know
I cannot wait to roast that movie. I'm gonna rip that movie to shreds, bro.
I think so. A lot of the issue for people too who are misinformed is they might think that a lot of the bad scenes in that movie were done by Snyder. And I think that's an area of contention too. So you should come to the watch along. We'll learn you up on that. And still, like, give it a shot. But that's one thing that my boy did say. He's like, yo, I promise though that I always will check this out. And he did check out Zack Snyder's Justice League, and he's like, yes, I will agree. Like, this is the better version that everyone should watch. He was still mad about the runtime, but I have to explain it to him every time. I'm like, there's a shorter, you can watch it shorter. It was long for us. It was for us. That's why he gave us 4 hours, dude, because we had to wait 4 fucking years for the movie.
Thanks. Right, but Leon, I know for a second you were kind of surprised at what I said, but like, how did that hit you? What I stated about, the people bowing out and then doing things like coming back and counting people's view count that still are talking about, Zach and DC stuff like that.
So they're not talking about Zack Snyder and the subject matter of him and his films directly. They're talking about his fans and the coverage that his fans bring to Zack Snyder. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
And they're nitpicking view counts, basically trying to imply that whatever they've accomplished on YouTube or other platforms isn't enough. Is that what I'm gathering here?
Nope. Or pretty much, bro. Pretty much. I'm sorry.
That's insane, man.
Pretty much, bro. I was trying to, I'm like, hey, yep.
So I need a moment to process. No, I don't. This is bullshit. Because at the end of the day,
bro, I need to go clip Sill's rant from the other day. Like, remember when he was like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
So is that what Sill was talking about?
I don't know. Actually,
no,
he was talking about something completely different. But that's just a great reaction.
Okay. I figured. Okay, but it does. It eerily applies, like, big time, 100%. Like, it's like what Austin said, man. Not only is it a hypocrisy, man, but it's just blatant bullshit. Like, how do you sit there with a straight face or without embarrassment and say, I'm done with this content, right? I'm done with this area. Which is so weird in and of itself to say.
Right? That's what I
Weird
was
as
saying.
shit.
Bro,
Like,
that's what I was.
You know what I mean?
Real quick. Time out. Leon did not know what I was going to say tonight. You know what I'm saying? So this is hitting him for the first time. You know what I'm saying? So now he's getting why I felt the way that I did. Because I was like, man, that's kind of a weird thing to say, right? I mean, because it's like, yo, you're moving on from in the community, right? Like, I could never just be, like, even if it was just the community, I could never be like, yo, I'm just going to move on from Zach and his community, yo. I mean, come on, y'all. Like, we all fam. And that's what I thought. You know what I'm saying? But
even if they don't think we're fam, like just the fact that you cut your teeth and got your where you are based on Snyder fandom. You know what I mean? Like, and then to sit here and say you're done with talking about, you know, that area, and then to now diss those fans, that's silly as fuck. That's very telling. And it does.
then I heard Salesman come up. I was like, bro, come on, man. I'm like, we going through views, bro.
That's what makes it even more nuts. That's what makes it even more nuts because you're talking about Sills. Sills been the guy who's been the banner member of the Snyder fandom, man.
I know, dude.
That's
Love
insane
this
to
channel.
me. Yes, stay tuned. You know what I'm saying? Like, so man, yeah, I don't know. Those are my thoughts thus far. I'd like to hear more details, man.
Dude, it seems like it's a lot of jealousy too coming out of the other sides and opposition just because of how close you guys got to Zach. Not even like relationship wise, but just in proximity. They're like, oh my God, like how could they do it? And then like you have all these different videos and content with Snyder in it, personalized. It's not just like given to them from some sort of third party that got it, like, you know, E-News or something that got a private interview. Like, you guys went straight to the source, man. Didn't have to do it over Zoom either. Like, they're gotta be so mad and jealous about that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, especially when some of them were saying that it was never going to happen, right?
Yeah,
but
right.
My whole thing is, it's like, all right, cool. You know, I just feel like I could never just be like, all right, I'm over the entire like Zack Snyder fan base, right?
Nah.
And then let's just say that even if I did reach that point at some day, what I damn sure wouldn't do is have my first stream back be about all the people that was, you know what I'm saying, covering Zach stuff and going through their view count, bro. Like, I'm just, man, this is a weird time we live in, bro. This is a weird time we're living in, man. I'm like, yo, I was just a little confused when I saw that.
Yeah, it's also going to look weird too when people do get a hold of Rebel Moon and get a chance to see it when that like really just goes into the stratosphere. What is he going to do when he look over the view counts then and just see how much they grow? I'll be surprised, man. I'll be surprised to see if they keep doing content like that. But hey, it is like, besides that though, yeah, right. If you were a part of it for so long and actually helped get the Snyder Cut released, like what a weird way to turn coat now, and obviously show yourself that must have been a plant before, right? Must have been a plant. Because now Zack Snyder is completely profiting somebody else completely now, right? Netflix would be if we take all the DC fans over to Netflix, bro, they get no engagement off of that anymore. WB. Right. So you got to turn coat on them. You got to talk shit about it, right?
Yeah. Look, not only just that, right, but also you have the other aspect that I have continued to bring up, which is you have two entities that are interested in this movie potentially not doing so well, right? So you also have the Disney aspect as to look, we're in a space where Star Wars is not at the level that it's been quality wise. It hasn't been really up to that level. I would say the fan base is pretty upset. There's been a decline in some of the viewership on some of these projects. There's been a decline in the excitement around some of these projects, and as I said during that Rebel Moon stream, this is the first time that Star Wars has had a true competitor in this space. And it just seems to happen to come at a point where people are not as enamored with Star Wars. And Zack doing this project is huge competition. I believe that Netflix knows what they have with this film. They are all in on Zack. That's why you got the teaser trailer at Gamescom, and you're getting the official trailer at the America's game pretty much of the week, the Cowboys and the Giants, right?
Do you think they're mad about that? You think they're mad about the advertising too? Do you think they're mad about the fact that Netflix put it under America's game, bro?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is just a lot of weirdness going on. But us over here at Sale, we're going to continue to really push for not only for a completion to Zack's DC arc, because we all need and want that just as bad as we need or want and need our next breath, pretty much, right? But no, we're also going to push Rebel Moon, right, which is going to be a huge boon for Netflix once it comes out, and I believe that it is through Rebel Moon and we will get the conclusion to our DC stuff. So there's no way that I'm just gonna let that fall to the wayside, especially right now. It just seems like a very odd time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, to me, it's obvious. Like, you must have been a plant back then if you were in support of it. Now, if you're so oppositely against people who are in support of it now, in support of Zack Snyder in general, right? If you were really in support of Zack Snyder back then why aren't you still now? Why are you against the people who are covering Zack Snyder and trying to make a mockery of them in any way, shape, or form? Like that Zack Snyder would never do that, right? All the people that he's worked with would never do that to Zack Snyder. So yeah, it doesn't. To me, it just shows to like, oh, you must have been a plant back then if you're so staunchly against it now. Oh, sorry, I got a freaking alarm that just went off. But that's what I mean. Like, it's obvious that's what's happening, but we just need to continue what we're doing, I guess, and try not to feed into the BS because it's just going to continue. But it's hilarious to see how far the mighty have fallen, right?
Yeah, man, that was my little brother's favorite YouTuber, bro. Real talk.
Damn.
Real talk. I am not joking, bro. I am not joking. That was my little brother's favorite YouTuber. I already had to go through this when we had that situation where, I kind of got that weird response after I reached out to get this person on OG Talk, right? And I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But once again, it was the same thing. I reached out trying to do an OG Talk, and I hear back, hey, I'm not making content in that space anymore, which I said, cool. And then I saw a stream the next day go up on their channel. And I was like, okay, that was a little weird, right? And you know what I'm saying? So then but once again, I didn't say anything, right? Kept that to myself, you know what I'm saying? Didn't let it get out. And then fast forward later to the stream with Peely. And then all of a sudden, I'm getting called names, Peter's getting called names and all that. And I'm like, hold on. Right. And then now we have this moment here. And it's just like, we see what's going on. We're just going to continue to kind of highlight what we see as we continue moving forward. And nothing will stop us from our ultimate goal of engaging with Netflix and really showing that there's a viable subscriber base that's willing and ready to engage with these with these projects if they're able to acquire them. And I just need everybody else to understand like what it is exactly that we are up against. I'm sure that Leon can attest to this as well. At
Yeah,
every turn,
absolutely.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead, sir.
So, because let's just break this down a bit, right? So he was one of the great, I'd say, like editors and spoofers of the fandom and uncoverers of information here and there. Not in abundance, but when it counts and when it counted, I should say. So, and then for some reason he goes and says, not making content in that atmosphere of Snyderverse, Snyder movement, blah, blah, blah. And then he tells you that and then turns around like the next day and does that. And then fast forward to now and it's same energy. I'm done with Snyder fans, blah, blah, blah. And then turns around and starts dissing the Snyder fans. Okay. I've only known that to be a thing for ops. So it just begs the question. Is this person, like Austin alluded to, have you always been a plant? Have you always been an op? I don't understand. This guy, your brother, that's your brother's favorite. Bro, this dude used to call me his homie on stream. And he doesn't just do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh, I left
the homie Leon of the New Geeks is what I used to hear him say.
Yo, real talk. Before the whole thing happened with the whole content thing, and I'm not making content in that space, I left a super chat on there that stayed up on the stream for like multiple streams because it was like one of the last ones we had got. Yeah. So it's like I had to watch my super chat still be displayed right after I just got told that he don't make content in that space anymore during the space that was about that content. So I was like, wait, like, yo, this is like some. It's like some weird multi-layered right? Stuff going on right here.
Yeah.
Like what? I don't know. That was no odd.
It goes back to something Peely said, and I won't go into too much detail about it, but he said something about like, let's just say regions and their purpose, right? And with this, what that guy represents, or this, I will just say what they quote unquote represent is what Peely was alluding to when he was describing with the regions, their specified use, right? Their job, so to speak, when it comes to disrupting fandoms or just galvanizing the herd mentality, right? And so, because like I was looking at this thing one day and it was like they're talking about Nietzsche. They were talking about like the herd mentality, the slave mind, and then above those two would be the individual who is kind of like I don't know, enlightened, I suppose. And I'm not trying to act like you got to be a special motherfucker to be enlightened. You just have to be someone who thinks freely and wants to walk a certain path and be daring enough to go against the herd and the slaves, right? And I know this is going deep, pun intended, but at the end of the day, like we can't dismiss the grand scheme of things of this all of the. I'm not going to get too far into the weeds with that, but like the grand scheme of it is this: if that person represents those regions and what their purposes are, I'm not surprised at this individual because I'm not dumb. I'm a behavioral person. I know we were never homies. Like that's just something that people say. I know that the niceties that were delivered were just, something that you do while you're on a stream. Totally understand that. This individual, I'll say this entity, quote unquote, whenever they were on screen, they always seemed a little bit like personality-less in a sense. And I always attribute that to somebody who has a specified agenda, right? They've been given an agenda and they don't have the personality to necessarily deliver that agenda, but they have the skill set. So they'll make the edits, they'll make the videos, and they'll direct fans and fandoms towards a direction, right? Until that's not necessary anymore. So I don't know. I know that sounds like a bunch of rants and a bunch of information, but I hope you guys are able to keep up with it. Basically, I'm saying that this individual has always been a plant, and they've always had a specified set of skills that will get you the fandom or you the people to go along here. And once it's no longer useful, aka the Snyder Cut's release, you're done now. You're of no use. Now I'm
Yep.
going to start pulling apart the fandom because what are they doing now? Well, now they're nudging everybody towards Netflix, and we can't let that happen. It's like what Sky was saying. Disney, Warner Brothers, Disney, and certain individuals within Warner Brothers aren't going to want this to happen. What's one of the biggest, if not the biggest, platform that has been the truth sayer and helping Netflix hashtag sell along? That's still. So none of this is surprising to me anymore. I was surprised by the information. Now I was able to kind of web it together and futurist it together. Not futuristically, but futurist. Y'all look up what that word means. But yeah, it's wild to say the least.
You need a whole higher level of education to stay on track with where Leon's at.
No,
I got it though.
I
Yeah,
was right there with him,
but he
and he's
lost some
absolutely
people
right.
for Joe.
Yo, I'm just at a point where it's almost like that saying where they say don't meet your heroes, right? Where it's just like
Yep.
there's been a lot of people that kind of like, especially since you know what, and it Seal was absolutely right, right? The whole thing started to shift with Black Adam. That's really where you started to see the division, right? Because we were all on board, and then when we were like, "Hey guys, it's time to go support Black Adam," and then that just seemed to be a bridge too far for some people, right? And you really
It
started
was the
to.
perfect opportunity, in my opinion, not to cut you off, but it was like the perfect opportunity to do some plant type of shit.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. And it was a lot of these outlets that was telling you guys to not support Black Adam. Right. And we know what happened with that. Right. And then now we're in a space where it was literally all quiet until until Full Circle got announced. Then it started to ramp up a bit, but at the same time, we're hearing from these people close to Zack that Zack's gonna say he's done at Full Circle, right? I was even hearing people at Full Circle say that. Josh Herrera said that. Josh said that he was hearing from people that was close to Zack that Zack was gonna say that he was done at Full Circle, which unequivocally didn't happen, right? Not only did he say that he wasn't done, he said he was willing to do more and come back, right? Along with Ben Affleck and Chris Terrio and everybody else that was in attendance, right? But yeah, like with that being said, ever since Full Circle, it's really been quiet from a lot of these outlets, right? And I have taken a little bit of a break, obviously, after our very, very good friend passed, right? But now we're in a space where, hey, it's game time and we're ready to get back on track, right? We got Rebel Moon about to come out, and it should be an all hands on deck kind of situation. And yet you're seeing even less effort from a lot of these outlets that were really supposed to be the ones that were propping up the fan base in the beginning, from what I've been told.
Yeah, dude, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. It must have been a plant back then, and when everything was going on. But it's nice because as all of those things fall away and all those things die,
Oh man,
some rise, some fall into the pits of hell, but some rise from the darkness.
Hey, this is special right now, y'all. I don't think y'all realize how special this is, right?
Some
Because look,
rise, dude.
how long has it been since the entire Cool Table has been on the stream together.
Everybody ask yourself, dude, is it a Wednesday? Is it nighttime, bro?
Is it a Wednesday? Oh my God, man. Hey, Nekron's here. What's going on, Nekron? Hey, we got the Cool Table back. Hey, y'all.
Table stream.
What's going on?
He who rises from the darkness has arrived, dude. What's good?
When things arise, so does the Nekron, right? I heard you say that right when I came in, dude.
Yeah,
That's
dude, it was
crazy.
perfect. Let's go. Let's go. The Lord of Darkness has arrived, bro.
I mean, I know you're probably getting ready to wrap soon, but I just want pop in and say, who of all these YouTubers, who has been the most consistent? Sky and Sil. Then none of them have compared. Your message has been on point the whole time. Sil's message has been on point. All these other guys. I mean, dude, we saw it. As the kids say in 4K, all of a sudden they were getting all excited about James Gunn and the new DCU. And it's like, well, what about Zack? We're like, well, we don't care about that no more, man. James Gunn is here now. He's going to save it. It's going to be better. Ain't done a damn thing yet. And he's never going to save it. And it's never going to be better. And the guys who stayed on point, now they're all, I see it all popping up on Netflix. Everything's on there. Well, maybe they're right. We want to be on the winning team. So, sells the SJL to Netflix. Hashtag, I want to be a winner now. Nah, screw them, man. To all the people who stayed with us, this is where, this is what's up. You bailed, you don't get to come back to the Cool Table. I'm sorry. You decided to go to the Fool Table and you got fooled. You should have stayed with the Cool Table and you would have stayed cool, but you didn't do that. So see you later.
You got all upset, dude, because the snacks weren't tasting the same all of a sudden or something. I don't know what happened, but
yeah. I mean, it's just crazy, but no, man, I'm sticking with the guys. I want to see Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And I listened to Sil and I listened to Sky and our course, we all listened to Mikey. Right. Mikey was the fucking man, he was I miss him. I miss his little Nekron. And but it is what it is now. But Mikey gave us the knowledge and the ammo and backbone to do this.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of them thought, they thought we were down and we were buried. Hell no, dude. We're like a horror movie. We got to come back from that 5th sequel and that 6th sequel. You can't keep us down, we're back. And look at this tonight, the Cool Table on a Wednesday night.
Facts.
Crazy, bro.
Wasn't planned.
No.
Wasn't planned at all. Matter of fact, I didn't even think to do this stream until earlier when I did that deep dive because I was thinking about Peely's question. Because Peely was like, yo, where's Film Guy, man? And I was like, yo, that's a good question, bro. And I was like, yo, let me go find out. And I went and did a deep dive. And I didn't like what I saw. And I was like, bro, this is crazy. This is just another example of what we've been talking about this entire time. So I just felt like it was an important discussion to have with the people, right? That this is why this campaign has continued to march on and move forward, and why others have just kind of seemed to just fade away recently, man. It's like, yo, man, it's time for Rebel Moon, y'all.
Hell yeah.
What's going on?
You need to be putting ammo in the firepower,
Yeah, why?
Where are you at?
Exactly. Why are we talking about the numbers of any YouTuber when Rebel Moon is you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck about what numbers. Y'all already know, man. I border on not giving a fuck about any of this shit.
That's almost
y'all know this. Right?
That's almost
worth when the homie passed.
Yeah.
And so now I'm I'm never going anywhere, obviously. But Rebel Moon exists and you're counting people's view count. Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
That's like almost as weird as pocket watching. You know, like
Real shit.
Why are you worried about that? What is that?
That was real, Necron.
Get your own money.
I hate that shit.
Like why are you worried about that?
Man. Don't worry about what I make.
Yeah. Don't you have a channel you need to be worried about? You know,
Right?
why are you worried about other people's crap?
On a new channel that you made to not cover this space, but there you go, covering the space. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Look,
We
gotta play the Scarface clip, dude. As soon as I think I'm out, hey, pull me back in.
No, that's Godfather 3.
Oh,
Ain't that apropos? I just mentioned Godfather 3.
That's right. You
Same
did,
actor, same actor, right?
Soon as I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Yeah. Scarface is more the world is a great big, and it's waiting to get that's Scarface.
Fact.
Sorry, my bad. I'm a little young for that conversation.
Good.
Oh yeah. Look, we got Neo7 saying the cannon should be locked and loaded for Rebel Moon. Do they support Zack? Where are the endless tweets of support?
Question. Where are they at?
What's your profession? Where's the content, bro? I don't know, man. I don't know. Content, you know, it's just a weird time to say I'm not trying to cover Zack Snyder stuff, yo. It's just a weird, like, could y'all imagine me coming out here tomorrow like, look, y'all, I'm about to take my channel in a completely different way. I'm about to start covering relationships 24/7. That's all I'm gonna talk about. Right? We ain't talking about Zack no more. Right? Nah. Then I'm gonna make a whole new channel that I say I'm gonna talk about relationships on. And then the first thing I do is come on here and start talking about all people in the Zack Snyder community.
And their channel numbers, their view count.
And their view count, bro. This is crazy, man. This is crazy. I don't know.
Bro, the whole chat, though, just did that, by the way.
Yes.
That was crazy.
Real Talk said he gonna shave his head.
Bro, like,
could y'all imagine?
I would be like, the fuck wrong with Sky? Like, it's one of those things where like you almost want to say, I wouldn't. He couldn't be the homie, and then you're like, nah, I'm actually concerned. Like, I think we need to go deeper with this friendship because, like, you need somebody, I guess. Like, something's wrong, man. Is this a cry for help, bro?
I don't know if you should be talking about relationships. Maybe you should be going to a relationship with your therapist, dude. Like, what's going on?
Right. It's like, bro, I'm well versed on that topic, but come on now, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. Like, and then
I would feel bad. I'd be like, shit, man. Maybe I haven't been talking to Sky that much, man. Like, make sure.
I'd be like, you going full on relationship? What about #sell? Nah, man. You know, it's doing its thing, man. It's a monster in and of itself. It's got itself, man. It's all good. I'm kind of over it now, man. But all right, bro. And then make a whole other channel. Sky's dating advice. And then the first episode is he's like, hey everybody. Welcome. This is your boy Skywalker the Jedi with Sky's dating advice. I just want to talk about how the good officer's numbers ain't looking so right. Then don't let me get on that Leon. Where Leon been? He ain't even been doing shit on his channel. And then that Nekron, man, I tell you, man. I don't know. Numbers look okay, man, but I don't know, man. And everybody's waiting with bated breath, like, I need a girlfriend, bro. Like, I need this advice. Like, what? You got the Mayos of the world, like, come on, bro. Like, I need this. Why are we talking about Zack Snyder? Exactly. Why are you talking about Zack Snyder fans?
Yeah, I don't know, but that was weird, bro. That was really, really bizarre to see. Hilarious. I'm telling you, man, I was a little shocked. I was like, bruh, look, we got this $5 super chat from the homie Osa Fresh, man, saying much love to the cool table. We'll keep running the numbers while the babies and antis run their mouths. 100%, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, I like
We gonna
that. That was
keep
cold.
right, yeah, because that's all the running they doing. You know what I'm saying? That's all the running they doing. They ain't doing much cardio. But shout out to the homie Osa Fresh for this final super chat, and y'all know what I'm about to play. It is the first time that I got to play this with the whole cool table of here.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm sorry if y'all are tired of it, but I'm not yet. So I'm running it back again.
He ain't sorry.
Real quick, Zach.
Shout out.
Last question here. I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
Yo, I'm so mad Leon missed Friday, man. Oh my God. Could y'all imagine if Leon would have been there for that, yo? Oh my God.
What happened?
If you were there for the Man of Steel day, that would have been sick, dude.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Still got there for the other 2 days, so that's all
I
good.
think I was in the mall when they were on the phone with me, and I was like, "Bro, I'm about to come right now," and they were like, "I don't know, man, just chill," because it was like so frantic what was going on while they were there. Things weren't happening on schedule, so I was like, "Nah, I get it. I'm gonna chill," but I'm on the way.
I'm flying in.
Marcus said, if that were to happen, then I would know that Sky Cash is $50 check. You mean that check that they was sending to the people at Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh,
right.
Yep.
Saint Havoc said they said Sky wouldn't get close to Zack Snyder. That clip shows he's pretty close to Hey, is it this close, bro? Huh? Is it this clip? Because that's pretty close too. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shouts out to y'all, man. Y'all killing me, yo. But look, we about to start wrapping up. I want to get everybody's final thoughts here. I'm gonna kind of go round robin. Starting with the homie, the good Austin, right? Bro, just in hindsight, man, with everything that's been going on since this thing has been brought into fruition, right? Seeing, right, like just seeing everything play out, and with us at the stage where we're at now, where does that put you at mentally? And how are you feeling about our chances in the near future of seeing this thing actually get done?
It's perfect timing, man. It's kind of like I was thinking about this earlier, right? If you were lacking faith in any way, shape, or form, and like you needed a sign, here it is, right? Don't be that kid at Christmas that like needs to see Santa in order to believe, like, or in all those Christmas movies, right? Like, he needs belief to power the sled, and then they find, oh, I finally believe. Like, don't be that fucking person, dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking about earlier. Like, man, I'm glad I'm not that person. I'm glad I'm like Buddy the Elf, right? Like, Santa, like I'm like Zach, like that. That's me, like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I love about this, and that's kind of how I feel. I feel like tis the season for holiday spirit and for all of us to come together. And what a better thing for Netflix to give us, like, as an early Christmas present, to really dissect these again together, you know, and also internationally, because a lot of these movies were already available outside of the United States, but now everyone at the same time gets to go over these movies again. And when they do get to, you know, Justice League, they'll be like, wait a second, I thought I heard about some kind of like Zack Snyder's Justice League or whatever. And I wouldn't be surprised, dude, realistically, and also because I feel even more so this way that the fact they had an initial announcement and then like a day after they announced, oh wait, we have not only do we have the DCEU and all that, we have Black Adam and the Batman and Superman's coming. Because they did that, announced it, and then followed it up with more movies, I think they're gonna have Zack Snyder's Justice League on there before. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens before December, dude, or if not before January, especially like we've been talking about. Why hype this man up as much as they are and not get his cut for of Justice League, right? Like, why buy all the DC stuff and not get Zack Snyder's Justice League? It just makes a lot of sense. So I think though it's gonna build up hype for that again, kind of like another mini release the Snyder Cut on Netflix. But it's just like, yeah, sell Zack Snyder's Justice League to Netflix has been the same hashtag we've needed to continue on, and where we are now, we still need to get that to Netflix to, you know, the final domino is, or the next domino, I guess. So I think that's where we're at. We're in that step where it really is the next thing to happen. And we're just on the cusp of it. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm somebody
That's the last domino, bro.
Good, the last domino.
Hey,
Last domino.
when y'all see that stream title go up, the last domino, bro. Just know what that means, bro. That means it's been sold, baby.
That's how I feel, though. That's exactly where I feel that we're at in this stage, and I show. You know, there's no reason.
I'm sorry, Austin. I'm sorry, Austin. I have to say something. I have to say something because I was gonna say this before, but you know what's so dumb about all the backlash we've been hearing about this whole time, especially with the sales ZSJL hashtag, is all we had to do was just follow the ROEs. They would have sold the Snyder Cut. And then we could have easily transitioned into using just the second hashtag or even mixing it.
Right.
Right? Literally. All they had to do was just stay on board until the shit got sold and we could have transitioned into just using the second hashtag. Look, that's crazy, right? That's crazy, right? That all they had to do was just go along with the plan. And it's all could have been, happened much, much smoother. So I just wanted to add that for all the people that acted like we was being selfish and trying to just keep all the credit. No, there was a method to the madness.
Yeah.
And you guys didn't have the vision. You guys didn't understand. And you were the ones that was trying to keep this shit for yourselves.
Right.
Because we even heard,
exposed.
A lot of people have put effort into these other hashtags and stuff like that. Well, so did we. It was all part of the plan. After the Snyder Cut got sold, we could have just used the second one. But no, everybody wanted to do their own thing. Everybody wanted to, let's go create this. Let's go do this now. I want to jump the gun.
This hashtag and this hashtag and this hashtag. Let's still use a store. Let's still use
Oprah Winfrey. Everybody gets a hashtag.
Yeah.
Let's
so
use
I just had that. I'm sorry, Austin.
Nah, you're good, dude.
I just had to get that off because that thought just popped. I'm like, all we had to do, that was the plan. For y'all that didn't know, once the Snyder Cut got sold, we was gonna use the second one, and everybody could have mixed it with whatever they wanted to mix it with.
Yep. And that's the thing, though, too. It's like the reason why it got so contentious is because the minute anything got some sort of traction and people were like, oh, shit, that is like a viable option, they wanted to take ownership of it. And they wanted to do the same bullshit that they did before with Restore. And when we didn't want it to happen because thank God people like told us a story and we found out the real story about everything that happened behind the scenes through the fandom and through getting this out there and all the weird stuff that goes on in Hollywood. Like they're trying to control it before it was a thing, before we got to this point. And the fact that we were abrasive against that in any way made us the villains. And you got to look at where people are and what they're saying, right? Location, like country of origin, where they are right now. Like, not to be that guy, but that is very, pertinent to this conversation, because for whatever reason, they have a problem against us, 4 of us, all Americans. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say it's like very, and also Sil, American, Mikey, American. And I find it very interesting that, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon, a streaming platform movie, is being advertised by Netflix in America's game through America's biggest export, the NFL. So I find that very interesting that Netflix is also, I feel like, dude, they know what we've been through. And to me, that feels like, yo, they're on our side, man. And why wouldn't we go out of our way to engage with them, to support them, and to continue to use these hashtags and engage with Netflix? So yeah, dude, I feel like we're in that point where if you're not with it, hopefully you can get it through yourself, but like, we don't need to convince you any longer, right? Go to your own fucking Netflix. Pull it up. Pull up DC on Netflix. Who did that? Not you. All right, I'm done.
Man, look, thanks for coming on the platform, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been a pleasure fighting alongside you. Once again, sorry I had to cut you off, but I had to get that little last bar off because it's just it's so funny. It's so funny, like just how much guff that we got about these hashtags, and the plan was always to use both until it got sold, and then we could have used one, and everybody could have used. They could have mixed it with whatever they wanted to mix it with. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was literally. Hold up.
And that's part of the thing, though, too.
Before
because
I let Leon go, I'm going to have him confirm that was the plan.
Yeah, right. And
we talk about it like multiple times, bro.
That's what I wanted to say, too. People will be like, well, why, what happened? Like, why did what happened happen? Like, and why did we become, like, why did we have to say that we were the creators of all this and everything? Because other people were like, yo, they tried to take credit and for all the work that we put in there. We just weren't going to let that happen, though. Like, we're not going to let somebody else write down that they were the author of our story. Like, nah, fuck that. We're not letting that happen. And because of that, like I said, they made us the villains. But I want to just reiterate that. Yeah, we, by all means, this would have been an entire worldly fandom creation. But no, everybody wanted to take credit and try to profit off of this in weird fucking ways. And we were like, ew, no, we're not doing that.
Facts. The homie Money Train James said, Nekron, put that that had me rolling. He said, Cowboys, baby. Right, but
he says America's game of the week, and I'm sorry, right? But it's America's team is in America's game of the week, so I gotta do a little plug, you know.
We got the homie Music City Soul saying, talk that talk, fellas. But let's move on to the homie Nekron, man. What's your final thoughts on all this, bro? It's been a long, arduous road, and we've been at it for quite some time. We're starting to see the tide turn quite a bit, starting to see people come back out into the fray. One I saw earlier, crazy, you know what I'm saying? We're at a point now where it seems like we could really be on the cusp of getting this thing done. And can you speak, just like I asked Zach, right? Can you speak to the resolve of the fan base, right? Now that, we've been going so hard trying to get this thing sold, and it seems like we might be on the cusp of doing it.
Yeah, man. Well, I love about that video. I mean, not only, Thug Life, that's fantastic at the end. Zach's slick. Because you ask him what his thoughts are, and he's talking, and then he does an incredible pivot. You guys, it just doesn't matter what I think,
regardless of what I think.
It's what you guys think, what you guys want. You want this to happen, it happens, but it's what you guys want. He is giving the fan base its marching orders right there. He's telling you, get behind this cell movement. That's what he's saying. It's what you guys want. And if you guys want it and you let them know there's a demand for it, it's going to happen because the fans win. He said it right there. The fans win. So to me, when I first heard that, I was like, wow, that's like mind blowing because there's your answer. It's always been right there in front of you. He told you, you guys want it, make it happen. Make it happen, man. And that's what, basically what you and you did, Sky, you and Leon, and of course, and everybody that backs you, the rest of the Cool Table, Sill Nation, Sill, Mikey, everyone got on board. Now, to speak of the people who were on board, and it just weird, like they jumped off right when everything was just starting to blow up, or maybe a couple of hashtags it and trend, like they did the week before and weird stuff like that. Well, that's going to happen, So I used to think, wow, that's weird.
Nosedive, Leon, nosedive. That was the term that was used.
Nosedive.
Oh yeah, nosedive. Okay,
because it trended right under full circle. You're like, what? Like what?
And why those people were worrying about hashtag numbers and this and that. We were already going next level. Engagement, actual engagement, going with a company and showing them this is the type of engagement we can bring to your company. And engagement equals subscribers, and subscribers equal money. Hashtags don't equal money. When it boils down to it, a hashtag is a hashtag. I could hashtag something silly and it could probably get a million retweets. It don't translate to much, but the company itself. I always go to that Kevin Smith thing with a Masters Universe. Remember, he was just getting dogpiled by everyone, and he was like, "Damn, I guess this ain't gonna happen." And he went to Netflix saying, "Hey, basically apologizing," and they're like, "Nah, bro, you got all this engagement. We're good. We're happy." And he was like, "Oh shit, all right." That's what this shit boils down to. It's engagement. They're looking at engagement. They don't even care about reviews and this and that. How many eyes are on it, good or bad? And
they got a second season of that coming out.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm excited for it, dude.
He he is Zach told y'all what to do, and we're doing it.
Yep,
we're doing it. That's what I got to say. And anyone who jumped off, I thought it was weird, to do that, but what we learned about things and how this stuff operates, it's not so weird after all. Actually, it falls right into place.
Yeah. Right, because you had a bunch of the Zack Snyder creators, like I said, falling out around that same time. Things just start kind of fade away, right? Almost as if Full Circle was supposed to be the nail in the coffin for the Zack Snyder fan base, and it just didn't seem to be the case because of hashtag sale, right? Oh my goodness, I can't imagine if we wouldn't have been able to go. But Bad Dan here says, you think the Restore, the extreme anti-WB side, would be supportive of a campaign to get the Snyderverse without WB, right? Like, hey, that makes sense, but some don't see it that way, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Said, damn, Nekron spitting bars right now, right? It's Sin Havoc saying engagement continues directly with Netflix. December is playoff time for sale. Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely. Right.
I was thinking about one last thing. What Austin was talking about, a lot of people are still trying to say, well, it's not ZSJL on Netflix and this and that. Maybe something comes around Christmas time along with Rebel Moon for a 1-2 punch. Who knows? Oh, starting January 1st, ZSJL on Netflix. I'm just saying, stranger things that happen, Sky. So,
bruh, I think it will be on there before part 2 goes up. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm thinking. I think
keep that
part 2. I think that that the Snyder cut will be up there probably before part 2 goes up. That's what I 100% believe. And then what will all that complaining have been for? Because it would probably have already been in the works already. It could already be in the works. They could have already worked out something like, and if this is a hit, right, we can come back. January, February time, slide this over there, like you never know. But look, shouts out to the homie El Nekron for stopping through. You already know, much love, big dog.
Thanks, guy.
Always nice to have the mentor in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got the mentor, we got the hacker. You know what I'm saying? And now we want to go to the money man. We got the homie Leon of the New Geeks, man, bro. Let me get your final thoughts on all this, bro. I want you to go ahead and cook for as long as you need to. It's been a long and arduous road, right? That you and I have kind of been on together as well. But what are your thoughts on everything now that we're here? We're on the cusp of the DCEU ending up on Netflix, and also how do you feel about this sudden lack of support from some that were so prominent in the Zack Snyder fan base before this time?
Yeah, man. Shout out to excuse me, sorry. Shout out to everybody that's been involved and has stuck with us. And I mean, I'm talking like the chat, Still Nation, followers of the Cool Table and the Mikeyverse, the Syndicate Network as a whole. Shout out to y'all that have been day one and never wavered. Like, you guys are special in my eyes, and it can't be understated because this shit is crazy. We got motherfuckers who, in a sense, almost were looked up to, who are now dipping in and out of the fandom, and it's so weirdly strategic. Like, I'm not stupid, you dip out and then you make a whole nother channel for no reason at all to then dissect Snyder fan. That's weird as hell, and it's very strategic and it's very telling. And a motherfucker like me is not about to sit up here and pretend like it's anything other than some plant shit. It's plant shit, like industry plant shit, and I'll hear nothing else of it. And if it's not, and you're just generally a weirdo who likes to dissect other people's channels, when you said you weren't going to be talking, it's like you're either a weirdo or a plant. Either way, I'm not with it, and either way, it's it's unnecessary. But either way, it's just another distraction, another thing that we have to pivot around. It's all good. I appreciate everybody who's been rocking out with us. I appreciate Sil, Sky, everybody, man. Nekron, Austin. This is just yet another distraction, yet another op that's just been exposed. And there's no two ways about it. Like, it's this individual is quite exposed, and anybody rocking out with them, I have to look at you sideways. I don't even know if there are people rocking out with this person. Like, it would be on that whole the Mayo category, right? Like, those types would then rock out to them. It's weird to go the way of Jody's Corner at this point, right? That's essentially what this person has become.
Oh no, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if you think about it, the irony of that.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you after the stream who was in the chat too, because okay. And I was like, oh my god, I was like, bro, this is. I was like, yo, no wonder this is going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this is crazy.
Crazy. And it's funny too, because it takes me back to that one situation that happened in one of our group chats a while ago. When fatal mistakes occurred.
Yeah.
So it's like, it just reminds me of that, right? Like, where people started to kind of show their true colors when certain milestones were achieved. It's just interesting, man. I wish I had more to say, but I just think this is a simple situation. And I think I kind of went ham when I was going on my little logical rant earlier, but I'm gonna just break it down real quick again. In a general sense, man, we have an individual that came into the game of this space. How does it mean like YouTube came into the game on the backs of what the Zack Snyder fandom's foundation, right? Came into his own on that, and then got prominent via that. Went to battles, went to war, etc. Lost a few battles on stream when he got cooked by Jody and them. You know, I just wanted to point that out because I thought that was hilarious in a bad way because I felt bad, like, dang, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't have been me, in other words. But anyway, and then
it almost was like we watched the Snyder fan base take a huge L to somebody that was our nemesis. That was crazy.
Yeah,
it was like,
man.
yo, that should have never happened. Y'all know that'll never happen with me on the stream. Y'all, could you imagine?
We've gone head to head with those types of dummies and never took a L. So yeah, it'll never. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we've seen this cat rise, fall, rise again, and then take himself out the game. You know what I'm saying? And then only come back the next day talking about Snyder fans, and then take himself out the game again, make another channel, and now he's talking about Snyder fans. Like it's nuts.
Talking about Phil. Like, come on, bro. What's going on right now, bro? What are we doing, dude?
Had he talked about anybody else, I'd have wondered. But like to talk about Sil, I'm like, nah, bro. So it just leads me to believe that like this individual, make no mistake about it, everybody, this is a plant and he should be treated as such. You know what I'm saying? Like he's a plant, industry plant, indeed. Other than that, man, I'm happy about the new developments that's been occurring with Netflix, and quite possibly what's to come, man. Hashtag sell. Oh, there's one more thing I'm gonna touch on real quick too. Another individual. I'm not gonna name the individual, but y'all know who I'm probably talking about. The person that was here and now gone, and now they're utilizing our hashtag, specifically the original one that Sky created. I just find it fascinating that individual didn't know the meaning of hashtag sell ZSJ on Netflix. Didn't know the meaning, right? Whether that was metaphorically or literally said they did not understand the meaning anymore, right? And now they're not only using the one that I helped to make, but they're using Sky's. It's just interesting times we live in, man. I think everybody sees the metaphorical blood in the water and they're circling like sharks, man, and they want a piece, So shout out to those that never left. And I guess welcome back to those that that went the way of the loser, the lame, that went the way of the dodo. I should say they're extinct and they're trying to come back.
Like the dinosaur,
right? Right.
Got me quoting Agent Smith and shit, bro.
So yeah, I don't want to take up too much more time, man. Y'all get the point. Watch out for the industry plants, and don't be distracted because it's all a distraction. Stay the course. Hashtag sell is the way. Hashtag sell ZSJ on Netflix. Hashtag sell Snyderverse on Netflix. Y'all know them ROEs. Stay the course, and we'll have something nice coming to y'all in December, man. Don't even worry about it.
Yo, Money Train, I just DM'd you, bro. Check your DM on Twitter.
I be missing some shit.
Hey, I just DM'd you on Twitter, Money Train. So you good now, bro.
Hey, man. Some people are, and some people Which they were.
Yeah, right. Man, look, I want to thank the homie Leon for coming on, man. Much love as always. And this has been a dope reunion of the cool table. And I actually got
Hell yeah.
a surprise for y'all as we get on out of here. But real quick, before we do that, I almost missed this last super chat. We got the homie Bishop in a $2 super chat saying, "We are family, period." Right? That, yo, we ride together, we die together. You know what I'm saying? Bad boys for life. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we is in this thing until it's done, and I would have it no other way. We've been on this ride together, all of us, this entire time, and that will do nothing but continue going into the future. So shouts out to you, Bishop, and shouts out to everybody along with Bishop that has been there since the beginning and hasn't wavered since. You guys are all amazing. And we will continue doing what we got to do to see this thing get through to fruition. So much love, Bishop. I'm about to hit y'all off with this drop. Y'all know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I want to see it again, dude. I should have never made it. Yo, chat's gonna be mad at me eventually, bro.
Nope. This is the only drop I'm playing forever, bro.
Stuff. Real quick, Zach. Shout out. Last question is, I want to ask you not about the legalities or like the probabilities or anything like that, but can you just speak to the resolve of your fan base that now that we're trying to get this thing sold to a third party?
The fan base has consistently been amazing and consistently, look, regardless of what I think, the fan base has their own ideas and they seem to win.
I just noticed that blunt in Sky's mouth.
You're welcome.
That is hilarious, bro. Look, man, I want to thank all y'all for being here. Yo, this journey, yo, it's been quite the thing. I've been saying this, and I absolutely mean it. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done. But it's been one of the most fulfilling things that I've ever been a part of as well. We poured in so much time, money, effort, sweat, even blood into this thing. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all don't understand. I didn't shed blood for this for this community, yo. You know, through being sick and up and down, and right through us being sad, happy, all the entire gamut of emotions that we could feel. We've all felt it, and we felt it together, right? We will continue to rock out in this fashion until this deed is done. We will not be slowing down. This is not the time nor the place for us to slow down our efforts at all. If anything, I am redoubling my efforts to make sure that I do everything that I can in my power to see this thing through. We have to get this done. This is not the time to be slowing down. We are on the cusp of the entire DCEU being on a new platform, and we have to show engagement with. All of that engagement that we did for Warner Brothers and for HBO Max, it means absolutely nothing at this point. It means absolutely nothing. We have to redouble our entire efforts. We have to do it on an entirely new platform, and we have to show them that this is a thing that they should invest in, right? This is no small feat that we are asking them to do. So I believe that it is, incumbent upon us to show them that this investment is worthwhile, right? If you kind of have a nonchalant attitude of, well, hey, I don't like that it's the theatrical version of BVS, right? I want the ultimate version, right? And you're going to sit back and not engage with it. Well, they're going to think, the people aren't interested in seeing more, right? So this is not the time to be doing anything of the sort. for anybody that was a part of the Zack Snyder fan or the greater Zack Snyder fan base, right, that wants to, move on and talk about other things, that's fine. But I would to suggest that if you say you're going to talk about other things, to actually move on and talk about other things. Do not try to double back and talk about people that are still in this space trying to cover the Zack Snyder stuff and try to go through their views or whatever. It's just in poor taste. It makes me question your efforts and everything from the beginning and what you were really doing as part of this fan base. And honestly, it just makes it even more. It makes me even more steadfast in saying, hey, we have to stick with these rules of engagement. We have to continue to show engagement with Netflix, and going back to these old ways of doing things, it's not viable. It's not viable. It's not effective. It gets nothing done. I've stated, hey, continuing to just hashtag is not enough. You have to engage with the platform. You have to engage with the platform. You cannot just sit back and think that Twitter likes is gonna get the Snyderverse back, right? It does not work that way. We could have tweeted until the cows came home. If Zack Snyder's Justice League was not turned into a global phenomenon on the actual platforms that it was released on, we wouldn't be in this place. We're only here because of the amount of engagement that the movie got. It was viewed more times than Endgame over in China, right? There's all these things that we did as a fan base, engagement wise, that made that thing what it was. It wasn't because of Twitter likes and retweets and hashtags. It was the engagement. Yes, we need those hashtags and those tweets and all that stuff, but it is not the end all be all. It is not the only battleground that we will be fighting on. It just will not happen. So with everybody that doubted the hashtag sale movement, I want to say thank you guys, because honestly, it just kept us on our toes. It kept us agile, and we were able to kind of see where we could avoid certain pitfalls of these previous fandoms. And we wouldn't be here without y'all too, doing what y'all was doing. So shouts out to y'all, because you only made this thing that much sweeter, right? So look, from myself and the rest of the cool table, we about to get on out of here, right? But the cool table ain't been on the stream together in a while.
Oh shit, you gonna run this? Hell yeah, dog.
Which means that
Oh damn.
Oh, I haven't heard this in a bit.
Right.
Right.
Yo,
which means, you know what I'm saying? Man, hold on. Look, y'all put all y'all last questions and comments down below. I'm about to try to run through some of these real quick before we get on out of here, and I'll play this last video. Sin Havoc says, when's the roast along, Sky? The roast along will be, as I stated before, the main movies that we will be watching on the Fridays, like the main Friday premiere watch-alongs, will be for Man of Steel on the 1st. That is BVS on the 8th. Right, that Friday, and then what on the whichever one comes after that next Friday will be Justice League Day. We will be sprinkling in all of the other DCEU movies on other days, but on those main Fridays, we will be watching those 3 movies in the lead up to Rebel Moon being released. Right, so much love, you guys.
Yeah,
that is when the roast along is going to be.
Make sure you're just keeping your eyes on the Twitterverse to get the scheduled announced from Sky, obviously, and I'm sure that he's gonna have a nice little graphic to show all the watch-alongs on the same little thing together. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yes. Absolutely. D. Roger says, "Bruh, what's the date of the first watch party?" Well, the first watch party for December will be on December 1st, Man of Steel Day. But we're also having a massive engagement event on the 17th of November. The Justice League release anniversary, as well as the day that this fan base reached 1 million tweets in one day, right? So we'll also be having a massive engagement event on the 17th where we'll be doing watch-alongs for Army of the Dead and for Army of Thieves in the same day. So we're going to be online, hashtagging. I'm going to run that Army of the Dead stream a little bit earlier. And then a bit later in the evening, we will be watching Army of Thieves. Or I may even switch it and do Army of Thieves first, because that is kind of a prequel.
Yeah, that's kind of how it's supposed to be watched, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I may in fact do that, but that will be on the 17th, coming up of this month. So we will be engaging with Netflix there as well. And we're also gonna probably pepper in a few other films, like in some of these Godzilla movies, maybe.
Godzilla, do it, yes.
Right. Yeah. So, we're gonna keep the engagement with Netflix up until the deed is done. And much love to you guys, and I hope everybody shows up for these things. Right.
Yeah, and yeah, because I knew it was gonna happen. As soon as his reaction was gonna be the same as Trey's and probably Corey's. We got a whole Monsterverse fam within like the Cell Nation pocket.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Table family pocket. So absolutely Monsterverse, yeah, dude. W Suicide Squad. We don't even say 2016. You don't need to. Just say Suicide Squad or Studio Squad, whatever you want to call it. But just don't put the in there, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, we are good. South Cali says, "Hey Sky, what day you planning on seeing Rebel Moon in at the Egyptian? Got to make sure I get that same day as y'all." Yo, I'm not sure yet. I'm about to cop them for whatever day that we can get them. I gotta talk with the homies first. But I will try to keep you in the loop. Right, much love. But I know I'm getting some Rebel Moon tickets at the Egyptian. Right, I'm gonna be there. Yo, I'm gonna be there. Right. She said, "Shout out to the gang. Shout out to you, Money Train. Roll that beautiful bean footage. What bean footage? We got some bean footage."
I think she meant your intro. I think it was the pills too. I think.
Oh,
the red pill, the blue pill. I was like, because when I first read that, I'm like, "What you talking about, Mama Bear? Like, what
you talking about that whole commercial, man? Roll that beautiful bean footage.
I think she was
the chili.
Where did he get?
But it's just the saying. But she's really,
yeah, that is. But I think she was talking about. I thought she was talking about your intro. Roll the outro.
I thought she was talking about the
because of the hand
life drop because it rules.
That is hilarious. When what is that? Is it? What is the dog's name, dude? For Bush's Baked Beans?
I don't know that much. I don't know the dog.
Who was Bush's Baked Beans though? I remember that.
Spuds McKenzie. No, I don't know.
Boston Baked Bean looking at. Anyway, we got the bad channel saying no questions. Just want to say I appreciate you all. Thanks for keeping up the good fight going. Hey, that's what's up. Thank you.
Duke, let's go. D. Broderick got it. Let's go.
Right. Money Train says, speaking of roast, remember when Leon was roasting Ben? Oh, yeah, no, I remember what he's talking about.
That's good.
I remember what he's talking about. And Joe Buck says, Sky, Disney is licensing their properties to Netflix too. Hey, I see everybody getting on the train. You know what I'm saying? Shanavin says Suicide Squad 2016 stream. Yes, we will be doing watch alongs to all of the DCEU projects except for the Suicide Squad. I am not watching that movie.
Ain't nobody want to watch that
whatsoever. right?
We'll watch Justice League before we watch that shit.
Yeah, I could still make Justice League before the Suicide Squad.
There's no reason to roast the Suicide Squad too. Like it's bad for your health.
Yeah. I'm not sure, guys, when we getting tickets to Rebel Moon. I gotta talk to the homies. And to answer Joe Buck's question, no, we will not be watching the Suicide Squad 2. I'm not gonna do it. Okay. Anything? Last questions or comments, right?
Oh yeah, dude. Osa, I feel you, dog. I feel you, Osa. He said that he's sick that Rebel Moon's not showing in his state, bro. I feel you, homie.
Hey, look. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't know what that feels like. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all know, dude. I've been saying this whole time. I was like, bruh, I'm going to go see Rebel Moon in theaters, bruh. And everybody was like, oh, man, why is that being in theaters? I'm like, hey, it's in theaters for me.
I thought they're going to have more of like the same rollout that they had with Army of the Dead. So I would at least be able to find it somewhere, dude.
No, I think it was different for Army of the Dead because it was during a pandemic, yo. Yeah. I really think that's why. But they're only releasing it in the theaters that they own because they own the Egyptian out here. If I'm not mistaken.
That makes a lot of sense. The 100% profit.
Yeah.
That's
South Cali said it's in theaters for me, right? That's what I'm saying.
They gotta buy a theater in Florida, bro.
Money Train said that he moving to LA. Hey, I never questioned whether. Hey, did I ever say, "Oh, I don't know if it's gonna come out of it"? Because I already knew. I was like, "Ain't no way that movie's not gonna come out here."
Of course it is. That's where Hollywood is.
Hey, I'm sorry, y'all, but hey, y'all remember back when people was trying to act like me living in LA didn't matter?
Oh yeah.
What about now? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He said, Sky, keep me posted on when you're going to Rebel Moon. Yeah, I will let you guys know. But I gotta talk to the homies. He said, yeah, they do own it, Scott. Yeah. See, and I'm pretty sure they own the Paris Theater, which is the one in New York, right? Yeah, because Netflix bought a few theaters just to show their movies because they was having problems with the Oscars and stuff. So I think they just kind of put it in the theaters that they own. But yeah, look, even though Leon is gone, he's still here in spirit. We about to get on out of here. I ain't seen this outro in a while. So I'm about to go ahead and run this. Much love, y'all. Thank y'all for coming through the stream. It's been my pleasure. As always, you guys are amazing. We'll be back with some more content pretty soon. I'm going to be doing some more watch alongs, got more stuff coming for you guys, more Twitter spaces, more streams, all that stuff. We're going to be hitting y'all with all kind of content. So much love, guys. Stay tuned, stay hashtagging, and keep up the great work. We're going to catch y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.